And when someone tells me I can't do something, I absolutely have to prove them wrong. Like it's like something clicks in my head. Like, okay, you said I couldn't do that? Watch. Hi, my name is Flo and I'm a chef. I realized my passion for cooking when I want to say when I was like 24, 25. It's always been a hobby for me. But that year was very important for me because I moved my whole life to Miami and I didn't have any friends, any family or anything around. So I spent most of my time at home cooking, and when I was sad, I'd cook. When I was happy, I'd cook.
Have you ever experienced people placing limitations simply because of your gender or race?
Absolutely, all the time. It's honestly all I ever heard. I've had people that I've worked for tell me I would not amount to nothing, I wouldn't get places. With cooking, I'm usually always the only woman in a kitchen full of men who think I'm not good enough to be in the position that I'm in, who think that because they've been doing it for 15 years and they're a man, that like my opinion doesn't matter. Like I deal with it every day, honestly. But I don't listen to them. I don't listen to that negative energy. And when someone tells me I can't do something, I absolutely have to prove them wrong. Like it's like something clicks in my head. Like, okay, you said I couldn't do that? Watch. So I'm a self-taught chef, by the way. I didn't go to culinary school, so just that alone sometimes like challenges me more. And then also being a woman, I have to work twice as hard as everyone else. Because I didn't go to culinary school, because I'm a woman and it's a very male-dominated industry, even though every male chef I've worked with learned from their mother or their grandmother, it's still like very male-dominated.
Can you speak on what it means to walk into every room as though you belong?
So I pretty much, any room I walk into, I'm just always myself. And I feel like that's the number one rule in life. Any room you walk into, do never be afraid to be yourself. That gives me confidence, knowing that I'm in a room, not acting like I'm someone that I'm not.
When did you realize your own power?
I realized my own power, honestly, like about 2 years ago, when everything I said I was gonna do was getting done. Everything that I put out there that I said I wanted to do, my food trailer, menu consulting, cooking for celebrities, I'm still learning my power, to be honest. Every day is like, wow, I can't believe you're doing this. And it gives me more strength to keep going. So I don't know if it's every family, but most Caribbean families, like their thing is to push their kids to go to either nursing school, something in the medical field, because it's safe. I was pushed to go to medical school, do something in the medical field, and I started working for this cardiologist. I was going to school to be a nutritionist. I had the perfect 9-to-5 that anybody can ask for with no experience, but I wasn't happy there. Sitting at a desk, 9-to-5, wasn't it? Like I just would sit there, watch cooking videos, think about cooking, think about food, and no matter what job I went to, whether it was a doctor's office, retail, like I always ended up back in the restaurant, always. You know how an artist, just a painter goes into a room and just paints and they come up with a masterpiece? That's how I feel cooking is for a lot of chefs, especially me. I sometimes don't even know what I'm making. I go to the supermarket and pick out whatever I like, how it looks, how it's the colors, and I just put together anything. It's kind of like my art.
What does being a woman mean to you?
I just feel like we're so strong, like in every way possible. Women go through things that people can't even imagine, and like especially moms, there's no time for like sitting down, crying, and being sad. Like we wake up every day, no matter what is thrown at us, and keep going because we have to. Like I feel like women are like people who make home. Like it's just, we're strong, and I love that.
Do you think that society is moving in a more progressive or regressive direction in terms of women's empowerment?
More progressive, definitely. I would say that even though there are a lot of males in my industry, every day, every week, I'm meeting new women They're opening up their own catering business, becoming their own bosses. The best advice I could give my younger self was to not doubt myself anymore. It held me back from a lot, and it also delayed a lot of things because I didn't believe in myself. So I learned that when I started believing in myself and stopped doubting myself, things just got better and gave me more confidence.
What life philosophy do you live by?
Positive thinking. I'm a very positive person. I feel like what you put out to the world is what you get back. So I try to be as kind as possible and as optimistic as possible, positive, because I do know that when you're in a negative energy, you attract negative things. So my philosophy is always to be a positive person, no matter what's thrown at you. The pandemic kind of forced me to become my own boss because I got fired. I started just catering and putting myself out there, but I love it. And I also love to give work to people like who need it, women especially. Anybody that I can help, any chefs that are upcoming, they know they can always reach out to me and be like, hey, I want to learn a few things. It feels so good me being able to like, yes, come. And I pay them, I help them. Like I have a few people that I took under the wing. One of them is like an executive chef at a restaurant now in downtown. The other one is working her way there, and that makes me feel really good that I get to do that.
What's the worst advice you've ever gotten?
The worst advice I've ever gotten is to do things for the money. Like, go for the job that's gonna pay the most. Go for money, materialistic things. That's the worst advice I can. Anything that you do with your heart and that you love is gonna bring you money. Like, when you do something that you love, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like, you're waking up every day like, oh, now I have to go to work. It's like a happy feeling. Like, you get to do what you love, and I feel like everything comes with that. It's just abundance. Like, when you love something, it just comes in abundance. That's just my opinion.
How do you or did you gain respect when you're the only woman in the room?
When I put in the work. I go in there and I work. If I have to wash dishes, I'm gonna wash dishes. If I have to cut onions, I'm gonna cut onions. I go in there and treat everyone as if they were me. I go in there with super respect and nice, polite, and get the work done. I really don't play. When I go to work, I go to work. So they respect me because of that. I want to be remembered for being a great person who helped others. I want to be remembered for the first generation of my family to make it to the United States and actually open up businesses. I want to be remembered for leaving like a legacy for my kids' kids. Like, I want to be that person in my family and just help people as much as I can.